is just gonna have music. Nah, we'll put it in. We'll put it in. Okay, battle mage Hagus. First one, I said I don't remember this guy because I don't. Someone said he's a bonk mage, which is like, okay, regular enemy. Either way, this guy was forgettable. I can't really rate him. I can't think of any moves when I think of this guy. I see his staff. I see the club. I think I might remember him. Either way, forgettable for me. Beast of Faramazula, I have no idea what that is. It looks like a cat boss or a cat enemy. I'm like staring at it and all I see is like a cartoon cat helmet, almost like a Halo character. I don't know. Borealis the Freezing Fog. This is tough. I want to put it between kind of cool and passable because I remember him in the ice field. He's a dragon and he has additional moves, and I think his moves were actually pretty annoying and they caused me to stay farther away from him rather than closer. Otherwise, just a general dragon. And the dragons themselves aren't bad. The dragons themselves are pretty cool. I like the dragons themselves. They're fun to fight, more or less, once you get them down. But I don't know if any of the dragons are great. So, you know what? I'll put them as passable, I think. Okay, Bell-bearing Hunter. This guy is annoying. Annoying because he hits really hard. I would say... And by annoying by he hits really hard, I mean he generally has attacks that are very quick to react, or you have to react just like you have to delay your roll just a little bit. So you either get a very quick attack or a slower attack. The combos hit fast and hard. He's a pretty simple boss, but it takes a little while to learn him, I would say. And there's not necessarily any super reward in learning him. Like, he's not generally an enemy type. I think you just find him... I think you find him in, like, what, 2 places? Or the enemy type, at least? I don't know. But what I'm feeling when I think of the Bell-bearing Hunter it was like, okay, kind of cool. He's difficult to deal with, but nothing special. I'd say he's passable. I think he chases you too. I think that was the hard part about him. You can't really get away from him safely. He's going to catch you a lot. Cemetery Shade. Okay. This guy was also passable. I fought him. He's kind of creepy in terms of... I think that's a bug on his head. Like, some of his attack animations were a little bit alien-esque, a little bit disturbing. Fighting him as it wasn't really a big deal. He's weak to holy. And he kind of reminds me of Hollow Knight a little bit, but I think he's cool, but it's not like I want to fight him. I wouldn't go out of my way to fight him, and I think that's what the kind of cool category has to be. I would like to fight this boss at the very least. Pretty good. You know, I'll change this to really good. Just so it sounds a little bit better than kind of cool. Kind of cool, really good. Okay. Clean Rot Knight. Oh, fuck, I'm trying to like look at these images here to see what the hell that is. I think I can actually tell what that is. Those are the enemies that are right after Mikola's Halictree and right before Melania, I believe. I think they're cool enemies. Actually, I don't mind fighting them. I think they're well designed. I think they have a lot of variety in their movesets. They're not necessarily obnoxious, and they can be backstabbed. So I think they're more than passable. I think these are well-designed enemies. And it's weird, since we're doing a boss tier list, a lot of the bosses in this game just end up being normal enemies, so I wouldn't really consider this a boss. Maybe I should have another category saying saying not a boss. Vomit in mouth should be lower than forgettable. No, because this is the tier list. It goes from godlike to vomit in my own mouth, and then these are the ones that I'm not judging. I don't remember them. So either they were forgettable, I don't remember them, or I haven't fought them yet. So this is like the NA category. Okay, Commander Nile. So this is... Who is this? Is this... This isn't O'Neill, right? We should probably do O'Neill before we do Commander Nile. This is really all the bosses, huh? Omen Killer. Kindred of Rot, Godskin Noble. Where the hell is O'Neill? Commander O'Neill. Cool. It's actually kind of cool looking at all these bosses. I don't think I've ever seen a full boss list. Here's an enemy, Leonin. Where is he? The hell is Wormface? I can't see him worth shit, man. Am I missing him? First row. Oh, first row. There he is. He's right there. I'm so fucking blind. All right, let's do Commander O'Neill first, and then we'll do Commander Nile. Okay? So O'Neill, garbage fucking boss. You get 2 sets of ads. He buffs them. The boss himself is cool. He's okay. He has like, I think 2 or 3 sets of moves. No, he has 1 combo. He has the 2nd combo. And then he has the big Scarlet Rot thing. I would rather not with him. I think he was one of my least favorite bosses. This is where he would be if he didn't have ads. No, he'd probably be passable. If he didn't have ads, he'd probably be passable. He's pretty boring to fight, but he's decent. Now, with the first set of ads, he had archers with arrows, and then he buffs them, and then they become a nightmare. And then the second set of ads, same thing, and they're axe boys. So, all in all, I'd say he is the first boss that I would consider vomit in my own mouth. I would be very happy if I never had to fight him again. I don't have fun fighting him. It's fairly frustrating. The only thing good about him, I think, is that the Lost Grace or the Stake of Marika or whatever is close enough. And the first time I actually fought him and beat him, my game crashed, so I had to do it all over again. Okay, now Commander Nile is different. Commander Nile is actually a pretty cool boss. The 2 ads in the beginning suck, but then he himself is pretty cool. He's a very unique moveset, and I like the leg prosthetic. I think he's actually a kind of cool boss. If he didn't come with ads, he would be higher up, so he might be in front of the kind of cool, but I think for now I'll leave him here because he has ads. I don't like ads in fights. They suck. They suck. Oh, they nerfed the ads in 1.04. Really? I'm gonna move this guy over here because I think he's better than the dragon. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll keep this here for now. And then we'll keep that there. Okay, Black Blade Kindred. Gargoyle number 1. Or this is the gargoyle in front of the Bestial Sanctum. I think this is the Sword Axe Gargoyle. And so the Sword Axe Gargoyle I don't actually mind. There's one attack that he has that I really don't like in the axe phase, where he creates a cyclone around him. So if you're in the vicinity, there's no way to avoid it. You're just going to get hit. I'd say he's passable. He's okay. Of course, I'll probably have to adjust these because my categories will probably be all over the place. Black Knife Assassin. I think this guy is kind of cool. I don't mind fighting these guys as much. They're not that big of a deal. There's a few attacks that are punishable. I like the idea of them. And I also do like the lore behind them. I think they're pretty unique. So fighting them in small areas sucks. Like there's a few of them you fight in like a crypt or something, and it's not the best. And there's also that invisible one. That one's kind of cool where you have to look at the footsteps. And they can be a little bit obnoxious, but I think overall they're kind of cool. I probably... This is going to be tough. I think they're better than Clean Rot Knights, but only because Clean Rot Knights aren't bosses. I think maybe I'll just put the enemies at the end of the list. Now, do I think Black Knife Assassins or Commander Nail is better? If I had to say this guy without ads, Commander Nail would be better than the Black Knife Assassin. So I'm just gonna give him the benefit. I'm gonna try and view him in the best light. I'm gonna say, okay, without ads, let's just take him without ads. He's kind of cool in terms of ranking in order like that. But in terms of overall ranking, I think I'll factor in the ads. Okay. Next is Bloodhound Knight Darwill. This guy you fight in the beginning of the game. I believe he gives you the Bloodhound Knight sword. Is that correct? Or maybe he doesn't give you anything. I don't know. Whatever. This guy is passable. He's, again, an enemy. So you just find him in the game in other places. I think he has a relatively cool moveset. Fighting him can be a little bit annoying, but I think once you learn how he works, I think he's a pretty unique enemy. It's tough. It's tough because he's not a boss. You know, he's just, you find him in an average jail, but, well, maybe he's a boss, but you also find regular enemies of this type. That's the problem with ranking these bosses. Maybe I'll have to do another boss tier list where I just rank the remembrance bosses. That might be a thing. But for now, we'll keep him. I don't mind him. I don't particularly enjoy fighting him. If he had a lot of HP, I would probably despise him. So I'll put him in passable. I'll put him at the very end of passable, I think. Okay, Balls, the Carrion Knight. AKA... I believe this is just a stone, like one of those big giants with a sword. A stompy boy. And he comes with magic. I think he's kind of cool. I think he's okay. Like, he's passable. He's like an okay enemy type. He's not bad. I'm probably going to have to move some of these passable guys down into the would rather not. Honestly, I'm having a tough time because I would rather not fight the Bell-Bearing Hunter, but I think he's a decent boss. Crucible Knight. Okay, Crucible Knight is kind of cool. If they bled or there was an easier way to kill them, I think they're a really good addition to the game, actually. I think Crucible Knights are pretty good. You can always parry them. And they all each have their own unique skill, which I find cool as well. The tail one can be a little bit obnoxious. Whenever they fly away, it's a little bit obnoxious, but at the same time, I've seen a few parry fights and it looks pretty satisfying, so I'll put the Crucible Knight in kind of cool. Crystallians. Okay, this is vomit in my own mouth for sure. 100%. This fight, the Scarlet Rot Crystallians, 3 of them, is the only fight in the game that I summoned someone else for because I didn't have a strength weapon or a bludgeon weapon, and I wasn't dealing with 3 knights. They were terrible. Fighting them one at a time might be okay. Even then, I don't really think so, honestly. The dancer one that throws its chakrams or its rings, they're just annoying. I like the concept. I really like the concept. You need to stagger them or break their posture in order to damage them. I think that's a really cool concept. Now, if they just had a cool moveset to match, that would be okay. But their moveset right now seems like something I would find in like the Surge or something, like a very below average game. It's just like, hey, we designed this enemy and we don't know how to design movesets, so enjoy. That's what it seems like. Yeah, these bosses, no. They're never going to be very good. Okay, Decaying Exikes. This is this the big dragon? This is the big dragon, right? This is a dragon where you just kind of... Oh, the Scarlet Rot dragon. Okay. It's probably the same as... Nah, I don't know if I enjoyed fighting this one more than Borealis, the Freezing Fog. I feel like I kind of did. I don't know why. Dragons are all the same. They just have a little bit of caveat to them. Like, they each have something, you know? So I'll put them in passable. I do think the dragons are kind of cool. Maybe I'm just stuck on Borealis. Maybe I just don't like Borealis. Something about him just annoys me. Maybe. I don't know. It must have been something with the ice that annoys me, because I don't mind this guy very much, decaying Exykes. Even with the Scarlet Rot, because you just never get hit by it. You know? Yeah, I don't really remember this too much, but I'm pretty sure I didn't mind fighting the dragon, so I'll put him on the kind of cool list. I think the dragons are cooler than the Clean Rot Knight, and I think the dragons are cooler than the Crucible. That's tough. Yeah, I would say dragons are... Like, if I saw a Crucible Knight everywhere, I get more excited for fighting dragons than I do Crucible Knights. That's for sure. So, Crucible Knights, cool, but... whatever. I think Clean Rot Knights are actually are cooler than Crucible Knights too. I don't know why, I just do. It must be... They just seem more interesting. Alright, Demi-Human Queen, Margot, and Maggie. I think I shredded through this boss, so I'll just put it as passable. Maybe forgettable. I think when I fought whatever this was, it was just whatever. I mean, it's either going to be passable or forgettable. I don't remember the moveset at all. You know? Yeah, I don't really remember. It's Box Mom, is it? Yeah? Hi, everybody. Hits hard but slow. I don't remember. I think it just bled and I killed it really quick. Demi-Human Chief. Isn't that the same thing? Yeah, whatever. It seems like a regular enemy to me. Divine Bridge Golem. Honestly, I would rather not. These things are a cool concept, and I like them, but I don't like fighting them. I'm trying to remember their moveset, and they have the 5-6 hit slam. They have big splash radiuses to their hitboxes. It's hard to see what they're doing. And if you don't have a bludgeoning weapon, they take quite a bit of time. In a small area, they can be trouble as well. So if I see one of these things, I would rather not fight it. I think that's a good way to put it. I would rather just say, okay, you know what? Whatever. It's not particularly fun. You know, I keep wanting to put the Bell-Bearing Hunter down here to would rather not. But there's something in me that's saying no, he's a good boss. It's okay. But I don't really want to fight this guy. I'll leave him here until later. We can readjust this later if we want. Oh, Cemetery Trade is definitely... Nah, this guy's forward. I'll readjust these, whatever. Let's just get through the list first. Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella. I don't mind this guy. He's okay. The one in the Scarlet Rot Swamp is garbage. Ah, nah, actually, he's kind of cool too. He's okay. There's nothing great about him. Just a big giant enemy. Doesn't really have as much of a problem as the Divine Bridge Golem does, because you can see more of what he's doing. You know? Jugglers, thank you for the 66 months, man. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I don't have notifications up on this layout. And Triptych, thanks for the 48 months. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome back, Jugglers. I actually had a thought. I was thinking about you earlier. Anyway, let's get back to this. Okay. Earth Tree Avatar. I like these guys. I think they're... I like them. I think they're a really cool concept. I'm trying to think if they're better than Commander Nail. I would rather fight an Earth Tree Avatar, I'm pretty sure, and it's just because of the ads. Oh, the notifications are popping up. These guys, like, they can be a little bit annoying, a little bit depending on the arena, but I've never really minded fighting them. They're satisfying enough to fight, you know. They're very simple, but I like the concept of them, and I don't mind the moveset so much. I like the weapon art you get from them. I think they're a cool boss, yeah. Hi, Juggless. I don't like it when they spray. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like, you can get behind them when they spray. When they do the big jump and the slam, you can dodge behind them. Which is, if you couldn't dodge behind them, they would be a far worse boss. But you can stay close, you can continuously punish them. The only time you have to run away is when they summon magic, to my knowledge. And you can avoid roll catches. So I think they're pretty good. I like them in this game. I don't mind fighting them. They give you crystal tears. They're cool. Earth Tree Burial Watchdog. I would rather not. Yeah, I think I would rather not. These things are fairly annoying to fight. And I think their tails can even hurt you. They're a cool idea. They're a cool idea. They're a cool concept. And they're creepy. But I think fighting them is a little obnoxious. I think there's too much downtime in fighting them. Yeah, they're a little bit choppy. You know? I think they have, I think if you could have more punish windows on them, they'd be better. But fighting two at a time, or with their massive HP, maybe it's because I was using claws and not a striking weapon. But yeah, I would say I would rather not. Eskar, Priest of Blood. Do I even remember this guy? I don't think I remember this guy. I don't know who the hell Eskar is. Apparently forgettable. I can't even tell what weapon he has. Is that the skull base guy? The one with the one-shot dog? I don't even know if I fought that guy. Yeah, I don't remember fighting a one-shot dog, so maybe I just missed him. Falling Star Beast. Okay. Falling Star Beast. I think it's really, it's gonna be between kind of cool and really good. I like the idea of having like there's the baby one, there's the full grown one, and then there's the middle one. That's cool. The moveset is not bad. I like that you can dodge the big gravity slam. You can punish him pretty well. I think there's more of like a not a constant uptime to the fight, but I think you're constantly doing something, which is nice. So I would probably put it at the very bottom of really good, and maybe somewhere in kind of cool. I might readjust that one, but the different arenas are cool too. I think the lore behind it is good. You know, I'll say it's really good. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a really good boss. Once you learn the combos, it's easy to see, you know. Yeah. I would say really good. Okay, Fell Twins. These look like two Ogre Boyos. I'm pretty sure I just bled right through them. I'm going to put these in would rather not, because They're just like big Dark Souls 1 ogres. Dragonkin Soldier. I don't know why. I'm going to guess these are the same thing, so I'm just going to put them together. Same boss, right? Noxtella versus the Dragonskin Soldier. This is probably in Ant Town versus this is in Underground Viking Town. But I don't know if there's any difference between them. You know? I don't think there's any difference between them, so it's going to be a whatever for me. Dragon Lord Placidusax. Okay. Mr. Placidusax. I'm going to say really good. I think he's a really cool boss. He's not amazing, though. He's not amazing. He's chunky. So he has cool moves, and he has cool things that he does. I think he's a very developed boss, but he just feels like a fat dragon. Like, he feels like he's... Like, if there was, in this game, there was a dragon of gluttony or something, he feels like a fat dragon. He doesn't move well. I like the teleports. I like the moveset. I like the lightning. I like the fire breath. I like all sorts of things about him. I like the big nuke attack, the mid-air breath, all of that stuff. I wish he was a little bit more agile. If I had to, like, think between him and Midir, I might choose Midir. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, him in itself, it's going to be really good. I think he's the first boss that I would consider really good. Okay, Elden Beast. I think I want to save him for later. I think I want to save him for the end since he's the last boss. Yeah. Elmer of the Briar. Elamir. Pretty sure he's very similar to me, for me, to the Bell-Bearing Hunter. I think he was a little bit better. This is the guy with the corkscrew attack, right? People were like, oh man, this guy's so hard, you won't get him on your first try. And I'm pretty sure I got him on my first try, so I'm not super familiar with his moveset. Or I think I got him on my second try or something. Like, he wasn't that big of a deal. He just throws his sword around like he has that arcane regalia of Eokia or something like that. I think he was... I think if I have to put him... I would have to swap the Bell-Bearing Hunter. And... I would probably put him right here in front of Bloodhound Knight Darwill, but behind the Blackblade Kindred. He doesn't particularly do anything for me. You know? Fia's Champion. Okay, this was an ad fight. And... so... I'm biased because of Fia. Because I like Fia. I think Fia's cool. So, ordinarily, this boss would be vomit. Vomit in my mouth. Like, probably in front of Crystal. Nah. I think it would be in front of Commander O'Neill. Vomit, it would ordinarily be here. However, since it's Fia, I'm going to put it here. The boss fight itself, I don't particularly like. I do like Fia, though. And I do like Fia's quest. And I just want to do Fia's quest. So if someone's like, hey, you want to fight those guys? I'd be like, is it Fia's quest? They'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay, let's do it, you know? But if Fia wasn't involved, this would be vomit in my own mouth, 100%. For sure. Fire Giant. Okay. Fire Giant, I will actually say was kind of cool. Come true.
This one is for Fia's quest.
Yeah, I'll say he's kind of cool. He's like near the end of kind of cool. Success, thanks for the 31 months, man. He's kind of cool. I don't think he's really good. Only because, well, not only. I think he has certain problems with him. My biggest problem with Fire Giant is that he rolls away from you. He runs away from you all the time. But in the first phase, he's got one weak leg. He's got one strong leg. He's got a transition phase that's really cool. He sacrifices his leg to whatever his outer god happens to be. And then his moveset changes. So he gets a lot more fire magic, I believe. So I think he's a cool boss. I think he's fairly well designed, fairly well telegraphed as well. Once you know what he's doing, you don't need to look up. You can just tell. Him rolling away annoys me. Yeah. So he's at the bottom of kind of cool, I would say. If he didn't have that roll, he'd be higher up. He'd probably be around Commander Nail territory. Yeah. He's annoying to fight because of the roll. That gets me. Yeah. Flying Dragon Agil. Okay, so this is a standard dragon. I think he's kind of cool. I think he's better than Borealis, but he is a dragon nonetheless. You know, I'm going to put all these dragons together. So the dragons are going to be either passable or kind of cool depending on their move set. I think that's more fair rather than putting Fire Giant behind him. I like the Scarlet Rot Dragon better than the normal dragon. I like his arena a lot better. I like his moveset a lot better. He just seems cool. His name seems cooler, you know. Agil is just normal, whatever. Full-grown Falling Star Beast. I'll put that with the Falling Star Beast. I think he's, of course, better than the normal Falling Star Beast. He has more of a moveset. Glintstone Dragon Samarg. This is the one I just fought in my Rune Level 1 playthrough. And so I would probably put him in front of Flying Dragon Agil. He has the blue breath. His arena is cool. There's a mosquito there. I like the magic that he has. So he's an upgrade over Agil, I would say. An upgrade rather than a downgrade in terms of moveset. Yeah, I would say so. Godfrey the Gifted? Godfrey the... Who the hell... Who is Godfrey the Gifted? Is this... No, this is Godric the Grafted. Godfrey the Grafted? Phase 1. It's Godric and then Everjail? Oh, really? Alright. Yeah, whatever. Passable, I guess. It's like an extra boss. Throw that in there. Fine. Why not? First phase of this boss that we already killed. Cool. Alright, Godfrey the First Elden Lord. I'm going to save till later. And we can do Godric the Grafted. Godric the Grafted, I would say, is really good. He is a really good boss. First time I fought him, I was like, whatever. Second time I fought him RL1 with a +0 weapon. And I was like, this is actually a pretty enjoyable boss. Pretty satisfying. My one gripe about him would be that the fire can be pretty inconsistent. Otherwise, everything else seems good. He is chunky. He's not very agile, but it suits him way more than it suits Placidusax. So I would say he's a really good boss. I don't think he's... It's going to be tough. Would I rather fight Placidusax or would I rather fight Godric? Godric's a lot easier than Placidusax, that's for sure. You know, as a first boss, I think I like him better than Placidusax. I think Placidusax is really cool. But yeah, I think Godric is just... I don't want to say a more complete boss. He just feels like just a little bit more. He has the voice acting. He has the lore that's almost immediately available, whereas Placidusax I actually don't know. I don't know too much about. I think he was Elden Lord before the Elden Tree or something like that, but yeah. I like Godric. His phase transition is cool too. Takes the dragon's head. Yeah. I think they did a really good job with him. He has more charisma. He's more... Oh, Godskin Apostle. Okay. Now, the first time I fought this guy, he was really, really good. Now, you got to remember, I fought him at a very low level. A very low level. And so he was my favorite boss at the time. I liked him better than Godric for sure. However... I think now that I fought him with Godskin Duo and as a normal enemy, I would probably put him right here. He's really good. I think his OST is great too, but I think the bosses in front of him are better. So I couldn't put him godlike now. He does have my favorite OST in the game. This is the only one I remember really. So I think that's a big plus for him. He's really cool. Yeah, when I fought him, hands down the best boss I had fought at that point in the game. And it was fun to no-hit him, fun to learn his second phase. I think my biggest complaint about Godskin Apostle is there's a lot of downtime for a melee fight. There's a lot of baiting attacks, and he can do a bunch of attacks that you can't punish. You can just chain them together. In the second phase, what's really cool about him is he adds an attack. It's like a triple swipe, where the first hit is delayed, the second hit is quick. So you actually have to time your dodge so that you dodge the first attack with the second half of your dodge so that you have enough time to dodge the second attack that he does, which I was like, okay, that's satisfying. There's a little bit of depth to him. I like him quite a bit. I think because of the OST, I would put him above Erdtree Avatar. I think that's fair. Godskin Duo. I will say vomit in my mouth. Not only are they both together, but it's not like you kill one and then the other one's alone. It's like you kill one and then that one comes back. You kill the other one, that one comes back. So unless you're fighting this boss duo with glitches, or you're fighting this boss duo with sleep pots, which it's basically like fighting one of them at a time as individual bosses. I would rather not fight these bosses. In fact, I would say vomit in my own mouth. I doubt I will ever really fight these bosses. They're better than... I think they're better than Commander O'Neill and the Crystalians, though. I think that's for sure. Okay, Godskin Noble. Chubber Cake. Don't mind fighting this guy. I think he's kind of cool. I like him. And I like the armor he gives you. So I'll put him... probably below Fire Giant. No, maybe I'll put him above Fire Giant. Yeah. He's not like... he's not super cool. I'll put him above Crucible Knight, actually. Crucible Knight goes behind Fire Giant. Clean Rot Knight... See, this... I don't have as much experience fighting these things, unfortunately. But I do like Godskin Noble better than Clean Rot Knight. I don't know if I like Clean Rot Knight better than Fire Giant. That's the tough thing. These two are kind of even. Let's move Elden Beast down, and then we'll go with Grafted Scion. Tutorial boss. Okay, don't really completely know how to fight these things well. As far as I'm concerned, they have little downtime. I think they're fairly well designed. So... I would put them right here. I think I would rather still fight dragons over the Grafted Scion. But anytime I have found them, except for when there was two of them, I've been like, oh, this is fairly okay to learn. I once fought a lobster that turned into a Grafted Scion. It was like, okay, not bad. You know, whatever. How much time do I have left? I have about another hour. The light's going to shine on my face, guys. I apologize for that. Let me read chat. What are you going to do with them in my no-hit run? I'll figure that out when I get there. Grave Warden Duelist. Don't mind them. You can backstab them. You can bleed them really easy. They're kind of fun, I guess. They're easy. That's what makes them fun. Like, they're not really a problem. I don't know their moveset very well, but it wasn't really a big deal. They weren't super tedious or anything for me. I would probably put them above Blackblade Kindred. I don't particularly like fighting these gargoyles. I'd put them above Cemetery Shade as well, actually. Yeah. Maybe even above Grafted Scion. Yeah, probably. Kindred of Rot? No. Vomit in my own mouth for sure. Like, these guys are garbage. These things, holy shit. They are some of the worst enemies in the game. Not only do you have trouble hitting them, especially with claws, but their little spine attack is such bullshit. Leonine the Misbegotten. Also, these things are gross. They're disgusting. Ugh. And they come, like, in the underground Scarlet Rot area. There's a lot of them. Don't like them. Leonine. So Leonine is an interesting boss. I'm trying to figure out how much I enjoy fighting him. I think I would put him in I'd rather not. He's cool. But I fought him with a Crucible Knight once, and that blew. And then fighting him again, there's a few things that annoy me about him. One is the roar. No, you can iframe through the roar. I think it's the claw swipe that gets me. So it's the constant... He has pretty constant uptime on you. Yeah, I would say he's a little bit janky. You know? He's a little bit janky. It's tough because I want to like him more. I want to say, like, yeah, he's not bad, but I don't particularly want to fight him. He gives you that Game of Thrones sword, and it's like, okay, cool, but not enough. Like, he's not enough. He's okay, but he's just not enough. Lich Dragon Fortisax. Okay, this guy is definitely really good. I like him. I like the style of dragon. I like the mechanics he has where puts a timer on you and then you have to roll. He has some cool attacks. He was easy enough to defeat. He was in Fia's quest, which is good. The lore behind him with, I believe it's Godwin, right? Is that right, chat? I think is pretty cool. I didn't have too many complaints about him, although he wasn't that difficult, so I don't know his moveset as well as I know other bosses. Okay, Lion Dragon, or Lion Guardian. He's a well-designed enemy, that's the problem. He's just an enemy. But he is a well-designed enemy. I like him better than all these guys. I don't mind fighting him. Fighting this guy is better than fighting Radagon's Red Wolf. For sure, 100%. He's designed pretty well. I've never had too much trouble with them, but I've never hated fighting them either. Okay, I'll move Godfrey back a little bit. Loretta, Knight of the Halleck Tree. I'm gonna put her right here. I'm gonna put her in front of Crucible Knight. I'm going to put the Crucible Knight after the dragons. I'm moving Crucible Knight back down to passable. He's cool, man. It's tough. You know what? I'm going to move the dragon up here. Borealis. I'm going to put all of them together, and then Crucible Knight is going to be there on kind of cool, but he's going to be at the end of the dragons. Loretta fits better here with Crucible Knight over there. Loretta is cool. The part of her that sucks is that she likes to jump away. She loves to jump away, and any boss that runs away from you is always going to be annoying in my books. I can't stand it. And not just like dodge a little bit out, but like piece the fuck out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Otherwise, the moveset was cool. I think the weapon she gives is cool. I don't know her as well. She was fairly easy to deal with, so her moveset wasn't that big of a deal, but yeah, not bad. Fun fight on a horse. Mad Pumpkinhead. I'm gonna put that at the end of passable because it's just like whatever, you know, doesn't really make a big deal to me. You guys can still see this. Mimic tier. Mimic tier is what you make it. So the cool thing about this fight is that I saw Gino do this. You can take off all your clothes and then go into the arena and fight it, and it's just a naked you. And you can do whatever you want, or you can beef it up, make it roar. I think Lily Charles had it just roared her all the time. So you know what? I will say this is a really cool concept. It's an NPC fight that you can make easy or hard, however you wanna do it. You know. Yeah, I think this is a customizable fight, which makes it really good in my opinion. I think it's a really good addition to the game. If you don't want to deal with it, just go naked. You're fine. And then just run away with a bow. It can't do anything to you. If you want something out of it, then, you know, equip it with something, make it a build. It's like a training dummy. Who knows? I think this is cool, even though I don't particularly like fighting or anything. I think it's a pretty good addition to the game. Okay, Miranda the Blighted Bloom. Is that just a flower? It's one of these flower enemies? Okay. The bleeding flower things. This is an enemy. That's the problem. It's not a boss. It's just an enemy. Yeah, so it's passable. It's like Pumpkinhead. It's like whatever. It's not particularly hard to defeat or anything. I think it's a little bit annoying to fight because there's not too much uptime on it. So I would say I didn't mind fighting it though. Fighting them in groups sucked, but let's say this boss had a ton of HP and it hit you super hard or something. It wasn't just an enemy. Yeah, still, I think I put it with Pumpkinhead, like in the same area. Near ladders, this thing's a bitch. Okay, Moog I'm gonna put back. Elden Beast I'm gonna put back. We're gonna deal with all the other ones first. Actually, wait, we'll deal with Moog the Omen first because he's not the real Moog. Moog the Omen. I'll be honest, I would rather not. This was first phase Moog and it was down in the crypt, and I just did not see a reason why. It was almost like Godfrey the Gifted. I didn't see a reason why we were fighting him in that small room. Like, it was okay, but there was no nihil, there was nothing. It was just a first phase. And like ordinarily, if this was just an enemy, I would put him somewhere impassable. But since he was a boss and he was at the very bottom of the sewers or whatever it's called, sewer Moog, it's like, no, that felt like such a waste. Yeah. I don't understand why. I don't know the lore reasons behind there being two Moogs either. I don't quite get it. So I'll put him here. I think he's probably gonna be here. Yeah, I just didn't see a use for him or a need for him or anything like that. He just felt like he shouldn't be there. Of course he's not gonna beat Fia's champions because Fia. Magma Worm. Okay. This guy was passable. He was passable, but he was good. I think I'll put him at the top of passable. Nah, I'm struggling. He might be kind of cool. He's not really good for sure. I think I'll put him in kind of cool. I like him better than the Crucible Knights. Sometimes he can have some broken ass hitboxes. That's probably the most annoying part of him, but other than that, he's not bad. Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah, he's okay. Like, he's like time is it? I got about an hour left. There could have been improvements to him, but I think he's a cool concept. And some of his moves in the second phase were pretty cool for me. Okay, next is we're not doing Melania. We're starting to get to the actual bosses, which is good. So I'm gonna go through and we're gonna get rid of the the things I don't really remember, like Knights Cavalry. I'll actually say those weren't bad to fight. Their moveset was okay. I like the concept of them too. I think I'll put them at the very end of kind of cool. I like them better than Crucible Knights, that's for sure. Crucible Knights, the more I look at them, the more boring they seem. I don't know what the hell Nox Duo is. I have no idea what that is, so I'm just going to say haven't fought / forgettable. Omen Killer. This guy is not bad. He has some delayed attacks. He's not bad to fight. I think I'll put him next to the Grave Warden. Patches. I don't remember the fight. I fought him and I spared him. But I think if I'm judging Patches on his fight alone, it's passable. Or I would rather not. Either one. But if I have to say Patches as a character with a quest and a personality and stuff, I think I would put him under kinda cool and say that's a cool addition to the game. He has a place. He's memorable in some way. You can spare him or you can kill him. It's up to you. There's more quest lines with him. Sells you stuff. We'll put him somewhere here. Yeah, we'll put him somewhere here. Onyx Lord. These are the guys with the swords, the gravity magic, right? This was a cool enemy. Yeah, I think he's kind of cool. I would probably say right there. He had a unique moveset. They drop meteoric weapons. Not bad. Perfumer Trisha. I'll be honest, I would rather not. I remember her. She just kind of throws shit at you. This might even be vomit in my own mouth. No, this is I would rather not. Not a big deal, but not as bad as these things. Radagon. Red Wolf of Radagon. I'll be honest. Vomit in my own mouth. This enemy. Not because he's a... With some tweaking, he wouldn't be bad. But as he is, he's garbage. Absolute garbage. His hitboxes are weird. They're almost too big for him. They are too big for him, I think. They come out earlier than they should in certain instances, like his bite attack. And he has, like, RNG roll catches depending on when he casts his magic and when he doesn't. I think this boss needs some work, and it feels like he's unfinished. So not only would I rather not, but I would rather vomit in my own mouth. He's not good at all. Briar, I didn't really fight Briar that much, so I don't remember him too much. That's why he's ranked a little bit lower. I don't have as much experience with him as I do with any of these guys. So this guy, he might be off, and also Bell-Bearing Hunter might be off here, but I'm not sure. Okay. Putrid Tree Spirit. This is the thing I fought at the beginning of the game. You know, once I learned him, he's not bad. I thought he was pretty cool. Fighting him in a small room kind of sucks. So, where would I put him? Do I like him better than the dragons? I don't know if I like him better than the dragons or not. No, I don't think so. I think he's cool. I think he's cool. I think he has a decent moveset. But fighting him in a tiny or small room does suck. So I would say I like the dragons better. Now, do I like him better than I like the magma worm? Yes, I do. I do like him better than I like the magma worm. So these guys are probably whatever. Yeah, I think he's not bad. Oh, the Halictree spirit in the swamp. Yeah, that guy was terrible. Elden Beast, Rickard, Radagon, Scaly Misbegotten. I don't know what that is. What is that? Can anyone remind me what that is? Scaly Misbegotten? Did I forget what he was? Just an enemy? Yeah, whatever. Gideon will save Soldier of Godric. What is this? The hell is a Soldier of Godric? The tutorial boss. Oh, is it the Grafted Scion? Where you learn the moveset? No, even before that. The actual tutorial boss, the one in the cave. I don't think I ever did that. Guard counter, tutorial cave. After the crafted. I don't even know if I did the tutorial, guys. So yeah. No, I did do the tutorial. I don't remember this guy though. So obviously forgettable. Whatever, right? Okay, next. Abductor virgins. Why are they virgins? I would rather not. These guys were okay. Kinda. They're annoying to fight. Yeah, they're pretty annoying to fight. I don't like them. I think it's cool that you can get captured in a Bloodborne-esque style by dying to one of them. I don't think they're great. I wouldn't say... I don't know if they're vomit tier. Like, I can fight them. I would rather not, but I can fight them. Whereas all these guys, it's like I don't like fighting them. So, yeah. There's a bunch of different ones. I think the worst ones are probably the ones that throw their blades at you. Spirit Collar Snail. I don't even know what these are. I think these just call spirits, so they just summon spirits. So I'm going to say haven't fought / forgettable. I haven't fought that? Okay. I haven't fought that then. And then we have Royal Knight Loretta. Royal Knight Loretta for me was pretty much the same as Loretta Knight of the Halictree. Obviously worse because of Ghost, but pretty much the same. Same idea, you know. I haven't fought them enough to be able to spot the differences. The sun's coming in. So that means it's time to go, but we're gonna finish this. Royal Revenant. The hell is that? What kind of thumbnail is that? Looks like it has a dog on top of it. Oh, these things. Oh, these things. So these things are not fun to fight at all. They are... I think they're a cool idea, though. I think they're a cool idea. The Royal Revenants. I don't actually mind fighting them. I wouldn't say they're vomit, because they are kind of cool. I'd probably put them... I would rather fight one of these, honestly, than one of these. These guys are difficult, and they're hard to deal with, but you can deal with them, you know? I think they're okay. They're all right. They're not vomit, that's for sure. They're hard. They're difficult. Yeah. They're kind of cool. Nah, not kind of cool. Definitely not. Okay. Rickard, Regal Ancestor, Ruin Bear. I hate these things, man. I hate these things so much. I almost want to add another category I'm going to add another category. I'm going to add another one. Okay. This is going to be cool, but obnoxious. There we go. Okay, and we're going to put Royal Revenants there in cool but obnoxious. We're adding another category for them. Let me get that color. That color. Are these the same color? I can't tell. I think they are. Whatever. We'll make it this color. No, that's that color. Ah, well, yeah, sure. We'll make it like that. Cool but obnoxious, and then we're going to put the Rune Bear there too. Yeah. I think I'm going to move this category up. I'm probably going to put the Crucible Knights there. And the Black Kindred Blade is going to be there too. And if that's the case, I think I can move Elmer up because he's actually a boss. I'll put the Bell-Bearing Hunter too there. He's cool but obnoxious. Yeah, that fits better. Air Tree Burial, Watchdog, Feltrins. And then everything else is pretty much in place. So I think that's a good add for category. The cool but obnoxious category. And it has these guys, which are cool, but yeah, they suck. Rune Bear, same thing. Insta-charge. Crucible Knights. I think I've just fought them so much. They keep going down and down and down. And I don't think they're the hardest thing in the world, but yeah. Blackblade Kindred is very obnoxious, and so is Bell-Bearing Hunter. That's a better category to have them in. Okay. Stone Digger Troll. They're just normal troll enemies, so I'll put them in passable. Probably right after Mad Pumpkinhead. At least this guy had magic. There we go. I'll put him with the Stone Digger Troll. Not sure if Godfrey's... Nah, he's worse. What are you talking? Godfrey... Yeah, again, I don't really see... He's an Everjail boss. Godfroy, the Gifted. Makes me wonder about that. Why is he called that? Tibia Mariner. Alright, so this guy was probably the top of passable. Because he's just a guy... He's just a ghost in a boat that summons shit. So... maybe second top. Yeah. He's okay. I didn't mind fighting them. He's passable. He's okay. I think he's a cool concept. It's just weird. He just kind of hits you with his boat. You know? I'm tempted to put him at the bottom of kind of cool. But the fight isn't that fun. You just kind of hit him. You know? I'm also tempted to put Onyx Lord down here. These are regular enemies. I do think they're kind of cool, though. Yeah. Okay. Tree Sentinel. Skip him for now, because I think he counts as an actual boss. Valiant Gargoyle. Is this the double boss? Is this a double boss? Oh yeah, then this is like bottom of fucking vomit. No. Probably, yeah. This is vomit tier for sure. This is definitely vomit tier. This double boss of gargoyles blew. And it'd be one thing if they were just two gargoyles, but then they gave them poison breath as well. Poison breath that just seeps into the arena, and so you always seem to just get hit no matter what. Like there are no openings on these bosses. Yeah, this double gargoyle boss sucked. Wormface. I don't think you can even fix this. Just get this boss fight out of the game. The Valiant Gargoyle. What the hell was Wormface? What happened with Wormface? Did I fight him? Because I think I remember him, but I think he also died really quick, so maybe I'm going to just put him in forgettable. Oh, wait. These are the enemies in the Atlas Plateau, right? The big tall ones. So they weren't forgettable. I just don't have too much experience fighting them. I think they're kind of cool. I fucking hate them, but I do think, maybe I'll put them here. Yeah, I'll probably put them cool but obnoxious. Like, I don't like them. They're kind of cool, though. It's either going to be here or it's going to be here. What do you guys think? Because I don't have too much experience with them. You know? Kind of cool or cool but obnoxious? Obnoxious? Yeah, kind of obnoxious. I remember the curse being like you just have to run away. Worm face, huh? Adon the Thief of Fire. Okay, this fucking chubber. This chubber. I remember this Everjail fight. This guy. Little chunky boyo. Obviously, he's godlike. He was interesting. I don't think he's godlike, but I would put him in kind of cool. Definitely over... over these, I think. He was okay. You know, I like the concept of him. I didn't mind fighting him, and I thought the fire was cool. I don't remember the fight too much, but I think I liked the fight enough to be like, yeah, he's kind of cool. He's okay, you know. Regal, Renala, Star Scourge, Tree Sentinel, Alabaster Lord. Wait. Onyx Lord? I think I thought Onyx Lord, which is just a normal enemy, I'm pretty sure. I think I was thinking of the Alabaster Lord, which is the gravity magic guy. Is that correct? Or are they the exact same? They're the same? They're the same. Okay, let's just put that there. This guy looks a little bit cooler, has a cooler name, so I'll put him in front. Tree Sentinel. Electo Black Knife Ringleader. How is he different? Was this the invisible one? Or is he the exact same as the other? As the Black Knife Assassins? Sorry, she. Yeah, my bad. My bad, yeah. The beefy one that gave you trouble. Just as one extra move. All right, then Electo goes in front. Oh, wait. Yeah, this was the Everjail one. I remember this one. Right near the very bottom, near the Stormvale Castle, I think. With the jumps and stuff. I think they're better than normal assassins. I think I like Godskin Nobles better than this guy, actually. I think I'm going to move the Clean Rot Knight over here. You know what? No, I'm going to move him... Clean Rot Knight will be down here, I think. In front of Putrid Tree Spirit. Because I think they're cool. I just... you know, didn't really fight them too much. Huh. Okay. Tibia Mariner rank. Tibia, he's just a boat boy. Yeah, I'll put him in front of Elimer of the Briar. Because I like him. I do like him. I think he's cute. Just go around and chase him in the boat and he summons stuff. He's a little bit obnoxious, but whatever. Ancient Hero of Zamor. This is a cool fight. I don't particularly like fighting. I think this is cool, but obnoxious, actually. Probably say that. Once you learn them, they're probably good, but I think this is cool, but obnoxious. I think that's the proper rating. Okay, so now we only have actual bosses. I think we're going to go backwards. Tree Sentinel first. Tree Sentinel is really good, in my opinion. He is really, really good. I'm trying to figure out if I like him better than the Erdtree avatar. And I would say, yes, I do. I think he's more of a boss than 90% of the bosses on this list. He has some really good moves. Obviously, a few of them are from Gyobu, from Sekiro. He feels good. He has shield attacks. He has 2 phases. He is what I wish that all these other bosses on this list were. And I think maybe that's what they were originally going for, but yeah, I think he's the real tutorial boss. And I think he's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways he moves. There's a lot of different ways he attacks. He has many, many different attacks as well. And then he's the precursor to the... Where's the dragon tree sentinel thing? Did they forget it? They didn't put it on this list? These bitches. Leaving out bosses. Ancestor Spirit. We'll do that one next. Ancestor Spirit is cool but obnoxious in my opinion. He's not particularly a great boss in terms of moveset or anything like that, but he is cool. Like, I think he's a cool boss, but I don't enjoy fighting him. And I would say the same thing with Astel. These 2 Astels, I don't know what the difference is, but I really like the concept of the boss. But the actual fight is like whatever. There's nothing that really happens. It's just kind of, you know, like the movesets are cool and stuff like that, but the combat itself isn't. And maybe that's because I was doing a melee build. But I would say I think they're both really good bosses. But I think I would put them in like good, but I would put them in between really good and kind of cool for sure. But they are not necessarily super fun to fight, you know? I don't think I ever saw the multi-grab with the second Astel. Yeah, having to chase them or not being able to hit them was a little bit annoying. I'm sure these things are better with magic. Astel, I think, is definitely better than Ancestor Spirit. But yeah, just a weird... It's weird fighting them melee. Okay, next would be Regal Ancestor Spirit. I think that goes to the same place as Ancestor Spirit. Because... what are they? They're pretty much the same, right? One's a ghost version of the other one, I think. Natural A tier because of Ronnie. You know, I'm actually tempted to put that up a little bit higher just because of Ronnie. You know what, man? You're right. Astel. I think I put him here. Like, if I really wanted to, like, say, okay, if I wasn't judging it on like the fight itself, which I should be, I would put him somewhere here in kind of cool. I don't want to put them under Mimic tier. This is the problem. They're cool for different reasons, right? Oh, Regal is a remembrance, is a much bigger moveset. I remember these things being like almost identical, but Yeah, I think I'm going to put them in cool but obnoxious. Because I remember Regal did heal. I remember that sucked. And I remember Astel is lots of running away. Lots and lots of running away. Regal is a goat roll, yeah. Now we get to the actual bosses. So, Godric the Grafted, Dragonlord Placidusax, Godskin Apostle, Tree Sentinel, and Leech Dragon Fortisax, I would all consider, well, maybe not Leech Dragon Fortisax, but well, no, I would. All those bosses so far are bosses. Everything else, not really. Maybe Loretta, you could throw Loretta in there. But now let's get into the actual bosses, okay? So we'll start with Renala, the Queen of the Full Moon. So if we're talking second phase Renala is incredibly cool. The arena's cool, the fight's cool, the magic's cool. There's no boss fight like her. And she has all the magic. You know, she has all the magic. She's really cool. But the first phase of the fight with the little Renala babies it's like Deacons of the Deep, basically, except worse because there's books flying at you at random intervals and they're not nearly telegraphed as much as fireballs are. So, Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. I think overall she is better than Commander Nail. But, you know, I'll say she's better than Mimic Tier. And Lich Dragon Fortisax is better than Falling Beast. I think she's pretty cool. Like, I think she's a really cool fight. She might be a little obnoxious to fight. But I almost would put her in front of Erdtree Avatar. But then the first phase takes her back down. So I think because of our first phase, she's maybe at the end of really good. She's almost down with Commander Nail there. You know, I think it's a really cool fight, and I think the lore behind Renala is good. I don't feel bad for her. What do we want to do next? Margit. This might surprise you, but for me, Margit, the Fellow Omen, is S tier. He's godlike. Margit's a really, really, really good fight. Like, really good. He's one of the best fights in the game, and he comes so early. It's almost deceiving because he comes so early. Now, what they could improve on him is not having him jump away. That's the most annoying part of the fight. But then he has themes throughout the game. He becomes Morgott, which is even better if it didn't lag my game so much. I think he's great. I think he's hands down easily one of the best bosses in the game. He's fun to fight. I like fighting him. I think you can parry him as well too. You know. And with Margit, let's do Morgott as well. Morgott, the Omen King. So Morgott is a better version of Margit for sure. I think he's an upgraded version of Margit. I think everything he does is also very cool. All of his moves are dodgeable. You have to fight him slightly different. Well, you have to fight him differently, of course. And I think the lore behind him is good too. You know, why is Moog so low? Because this is the fake Moog. That's not the real Moog. Moog, the Lord of Blood, he's a really cool fight. But these last ones are going to be tough. Yeah, these last ones are going to be tough. Let's just establish it right away, okay? Millennia is the best fight in the game. Hands down. Like, no contest. A very difficult fight, a very well done fight as well. I think it's a very, very good fight. So, best fight in the game. I think these ones are all, like, this These fights make the game for me. Millennia and Morgott. They're very, very good. Even with Waterfall Dance, you can dodge that. If you type ! Millennia, I did a no hit of her, and I think I dodged 1 or 2 duck dances. So Millennia will be our upper limit, because I think regardless of everything, Millennia is top. Like, really good. Really, really good. Next, I think it's fair that we do Radahn. And Radahn, I think, is a very interesting fight. I have to figure out where to place him. I might not necessarily place him in Godlike. The frustrating part of Radahn is the opening sequence, where you have to run at him firing arrows, but I also think it's pretty cool. I think I like the idea of his gravity magic, his horse that can barely carry him, the rot inside of him that Millennia infected him with, and the lore behind him, because I think Radahn is one of the best characters in the game. The fight itself. So, I haven't fought the nerfed and the unnerfed versions. I've only fought the original versions. And I think the fight itself is actually really well done. For a big boss like that, it's a pretty good fight. In terms of enjoyability, I think I would put him above Godric and Placidusax. I probably would. He's a fairly enjoyable fight. I like the arena. I wish the terrain didn't change so much, because with the elevation, some attacks hit you when they wouldn't otherwise. I like his phase transition, the big meteor. Certain mechanics seem like roll catches, but they can be avoided. I think Radahn is a very well designed. It's a fleshed out fight. Yeah, I like Radahn. He's definitely not better than Margit or Morgott, though. Maybe better than Margit, but not Morgott. Maybe, but I like fighting Margit better. So I'm gonna put him in Godlike for sure. Sir Gideon Ofnir. He's so cool, man. He's so cool. Like, Sir Gideon Ofnir is incredibly cool. The way he gets more moves, the more optional bosses you got, that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. However, I didn't like fighting him. So I can't say he's godlike. Like, the fact that you end up fighting him, and the fact that throughout the game he's been a really prominent character, and his reasons for deciding to fight you and stuff are all very good. Like, I think he's the best story character in the game. I think he's probably the best story character in the game. That being said, he is super annoying to fight. So I would probably put him after Renala. Yeah. He'd be above Mimic tier, but after Renala. He might even be in the cool but obnoxious. I might do that, actually. I think I'll put him at the cool but obnoxious, because I don't particularly like fighting him. It's just, yeah, I think it's pretty annoying to fight him. He'll be either in front of Astil or in front of Regal Ancestor Spirit. I'm not sure. He is a cool boss, though, in terms of the concept, how he works and stuff. If he did a little bit more than that, like maybe he transformed or something, who knows? Got a little bit bigger, something, had a better moveset, became Walnir, whatever. But I think because of the fight itself, he's a little bit obnoxious. Okay, we got Rickard, Radagon, Moog, Elden Beast. So why don't we do these in order of when I fought them? So I fought Moog before I fought Rickard. So we'll do Moog. And Moog is 100% S tier. Godlike. Moog himself. Moog, I really, really like the fight. It can be a little bit difficult, but it's a very precise fight. But the phase transition is cool. I wish you could dodge it. If you could dodge it, Moog would rank maybe even higher than Morgott. Moog might have been my favorite fight in the game if you could dodge that phase transition. No, I don't know if he'd be my favorite. I think he's just cool. I really do think he's just cool. And in the second phase, you have to be incredibly precise, so it rewards precision, not just dodging necessarily, but being precise. I like him. I don't mind the shit all over the ground. The only thing that I really don't like in his moveset is when he calls down blood and it makes it so you can't go near him. That annoys me. But I do think he's better than Margit. Yeah, I do think he's better than Margit. Yeah. 2 fixes for Moog. Fix the phase transition so you can dodge through. You can iframe through the nihils. And I like how he counts too. He's got a good VA. It's a really cool fight. And then the second one would be to take away that attack that just showers him in blood, makes him hard, and you can't hit him. You have to walk away from him. I don't like when you have, okay, like now you just can't hit the boss. Okay. For an extended period of time. Rickard. Rickard's funny. Okay. Look at his face. He's funny. Together. I think he's a great boss. I think he's a really, really good boss. The Storm Ruler gimmick, the Serpent Hunter, makes the boss a lot more fun. You know? I don't know if he's more enjoyable than Placidusax, so. I think the fight itself was a little bit annoying. The boss, the really cool boss, though. Very cool boss. The fight itself, I remember being a little bit annoyed by certain things because I felt like I couldn't dodge them. You know? You couldn't dodge them. So I think... it's tough. I think because... well, I would just need more experience in the fight because, for example, one of the things he does this fire wave, and it's just, as far as I can tell, it's incredibly hard to dodge. I think based on that, I think I would put him under Placidusax. Very cool fight, though. Really, it feels like a very cool boss fight. I think lore-wise, everything's good. Like, the character, everything is cool. I think the fight itself, if there weren't those few attacks that were impossible to dodge, it would be, I think it would be godlike. Can't dodge it, can't jump it. Yeah, that one. You can't dodge it, you can't jump it. So, there needs to be a few fixes here. But otherwise, yeah, really good. Really, really good. We're almost getting there, guys. Malekith, the Black Blade. Malekith is my favorite fight in the game. He is hands down my favorite fight in the game. And if we were only talking second phase, he would be probably here. Second phase Malekith is so cool. Like, so cool. And with the Blasphemous Blade or whatever it is, parrying his big sword is great. Like, I think it's a really great fight. I think he's a little bit clunky on the ground. Like, he does feel like just a big, stiff cat. on the ground. Doesn't feel super agile, but in the air, he's ridiculously cool. However, if we have to incorporate the first phase, the Beast Clergyman. Beast Clergyman is not a bad fight, but it kind of was obnoxious. So you know what? I'm going to separate it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate it. I'm going to say Malekith the Black Bit. I'm going to forget about his first phase. Okay? He gets to be right here. Right in front of Moog. He's a cool fight. Like, really, really cool fight. I think that fight was great. And the aesthetics of the fight are good. Everything about that fight was just cool. I actually really liked parrying that one attack. It could have been a little bit better, of course. Like, there could have been, he is a little bit clunky. But a very, very, very cool fight. I have to decide between him and Morgott. I think he was actually better than Morgott. He's more memorable for me than Morgott. I like Morgott a lot, but the Malekith fight, I think the parry makes it. The Blasphemous Blade parry, I think that makes it. It's a very tough thing. It's a very tough thing. But yeah, I think he's cool. And then for reference, I would put Beast Clergyman somewhere around here in the second area. That's where I would put him. I'm going to separate the two fights because Malekith is just super cool. Okay, 3 left. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Vomit in my fucking mouth, man. That fight is incredibly obnoxious. I'm just kidding. Let's see. He's definitely somewhere in very good. His first phase could be better. His first phase is a little bit obnoxious, I'll be honest. His second phase is really cool. With the slam dunks and stuff, I think he's definitely better than Godric for sure. I think he's better than Radahn. However, I don't think I'd make him... It's a really cool fight, but the first phase is obnoxious, doing it over and over and over again. Dodge to the side, bomb, 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 or dodge to the side. It's always dodge to the side, shockwave, something. You get one punish. It's not super... His second phase makes him cooler than Radahn. That's why. Because his second phase is just a cool concept. It reminds me of the Sekiro Chub Boys. What are the Chub Boys in Sekiro named? I hated it. Yeah, I didn't like... First phase wasn't great. I didn't mind doing it once or twice, but doing it like 10 times is really annoying. And then it's just tedious. But then second phase is cool. Actually, you know what? Second phase has the roar, which pisses me off. Because you have to play him at a distance, because if he roars and you're close, it's just done. You get hit. Right? Drunkards, right. Yeah, he reminds me of the Drunkards. Didn't you no-hit the boss? I did no-hit Godfrey. But one of the reasons it took me so long to no-hit Godfrey was because the roars in the second phase made it so I had to play at a distance. So I just had to constantly wait for a roar and then go in, or constantly wait and then punish something. Fuck, it's tough because I'm trying to think if I like Placidusax more. Placidusax is really cool. He is pretty cool. But Godric is just the voice acting and all this stuff. I think Placidusax is a cooler fight than Godric, but Godric is a cooler character overall. We don't know too much about Placidusax. And then you have the voice actor and the trailer and stuff like that. You know? I don't think I like the Placidusax fight better than I like the Godfrey fight, though. It's cool, but he's also very chunky. Yeah. It's very chunky. Okay, last two bosses. Radagon of the Golden Order and Elden Beast. We'll do Radagon next. Radagon. Trying to figure out where he fits. He's definitely really, really good. Like, his moveset diversity itself is very good. The one thing that gets me about Radagon is his quick attacks. And one of the shockwaves on one of his attacks is rough too. But he's really, really good. It almost feels like Radagon feels like he's like 99% finished. And then he just needs a little bit more finishing touches. Like when you fight him and you get him, he is satisfying. And the way he like the feel of the fight does feel good. But then just a few things in that fight don't feel good. Like they feel kind of bad. The concept of the fight is cool. The music, the OST of the fight is cool. I think the OST makes it so he's just a little bit better than Radon. TP, thanks for the 9 months, man. I think Radagon's a cool boss. And that's the hammer he uses to fix Elden Ring. The magic is cool. The Golden Order magic. Yeah, his phase transition is cool. I think what holds him back from being near Melania or Malekith is that his fight, it just needs a little bit of tweaking, because there are some things in that fight that just don't feel good. You know? That's what I would say. Thanks, TP. 9 months, huh? Last but not least, Elden Beast. Okay? Where would you guys put Elden Beast? Haven't forgot. Forgettable. Vomit in my own mouth. Would rather not. Passable. Cool but obnoxious. Kinda cool. Really good. Or godlike. Godlike once you get them down. Whew. So Elden Beast. Let's go through the pros and cons. I'm not going to tell you where I put him yet, so we're just going to put him into passable while we wait, because he's definitely not passable. Elden Beast is apparently the vassal of the, what is it, the Greater Will? The Outer God? And so he himself is really cool in terms of his moveset. I like his moveset a lot. He has a big sword. He has a few different combos with the sword. He's resistant to every type of... he's resistant to lightning. He's resistant to fire, to bleed, all of that stuff. He reminds me a little bit of Princess Mononoke. And certain attacks that he has are very nice and very flashy. I like the arena he's in. I like the ring attack he does. I like all sorts of things about the Elden Beast. He feels more like a final fight than Radagon does. I like the concept of him. The cons. The cons are he is massive. So it's often difficult to see what he's doing. The second major con, well, I think the major con is Elden Stars. That attack is garbage. There is no consistent way to deal with Elden Stars other than Bloodhound Step. And I think Bloodhound Step is pretty broken, to be honest. The last con I would say is, for me, it's not intuitive to dodge a few of his attacks, actually. It can be pretty difficult to dodge certain attacks with him. I don't like the idea of being supposed to tank Elden Stars and stuff like that. So I would probably I don't mind fighting him, especially if I was able to learn him properly. I don't mind fighting him, but Elden Stars gets to me. You know, Elden Stars gets to me. And a few attacks, if you're in like a medium position or something, I think you're just dead. I think you're just fucked. So, that being said, Elden Beast will be... It's because of Elden Stars. If Elden Stars wasn't a problem, I think Elden Beast would probably be around here. Right around here. I think this is where Elden Beast would be. But with Elden Stars and certain inconsistencies in that fight, I think he might be here. I think Elden Stars kind of kills it for me. You know? Yeah, I think Elden Stars kind of kills it for me. It's a really tough one. It's just like Renala's first phase. Renala would be way higher up on the list if it wasn't for her first phase with the books and stuff like that. All in all, these bosses are all really, really great. You know, all really, really great. Maybe with the exception of Mimic Tier. I think Mimic Tier I think it's a good concept. Don't think it's necessarily a great boss. But, okay, let's go through it. So, haven't fought / forgettable. Battle Mage Hugus. Beast of Faramazula. Actually, I think these are vomit in my mouth. These are either vomit. I think I know what they are now. These are either would rather not. Or, the double fight is vomit in my mouth. A few types of these are actually passable, but for now, forgettable. Demi-Human Queen, forgettable. Demi-Human Chief, forgettable. Escar, Priest of Blood, whatever. Nox Duo, don't remember. Scaly Misbegotten, don't remember. Soldier of Godric, don't remember. Spirit Collar Snail, do not remember. Vomit in my mouth. Crystalians, definitely. Kindred of Rot, definitely. Valiant Gargoyle, the double gargoyle fight, definitely. Commander O'Neill, the ads fight, the first one with 20 ads. Vomit in my mouth. Red Wolf of Radagon. Yes. Why? Because he's unfinished. It seems like his hitboxes are too big. He has built-in roll catches, and there are very few punish windows. Godskin Duo, for obvious reasons. Vomit in my mouth. Would rather not. Abductor versions. They might be vomit in my mouth, actually. Perfumer Trisha. She's forgettable, but she just throws perfume at you that explodes. Kind of annoying. Fell Twins, whatever. Two Fat Ogres. Erdtree, Burial, Watchdog, whatever. Not enough punish windows, not fun to fight. Divine Bridge Golem, too big and big hitboxes. Leonine Misbegotten. Kind of suffers the same problem as Red Wolf of Radagon. Not nearly as bad, but cool concept, needs a little bit of tweaking, and then I think he would be cool, but maybe obnoxious. Moog the Omen. I really like the Moog fight. However, the Moog the Omen fight at the bottom of the sewers, well, it just seemed unnecessary. It was in a small room. It's only the first phase. It was like almost wasting Moog. I don't even know why he's down there. Fia's Champion, it's a 3 ad fight that I would rather not do. But because it's Fia, it's passable. Anyway, Miranda the Blighted Bloom, Mad Pumpkinhead, Stone Digger Troll, God Godfroy the Gifted. Okay, so these three are just regular enemies. They're passable, whatever. Godfroy the Gifted. Unnecessary, and I don't understand it. First phase of Godfrey. Cool. Balls the Carrion Knight. Same thing as Stone Digger Troll, except he has magic. Cool. Dragonkin Soldiers. Don't mind him so much. Bloodhound Knight. Don't mind him so much. And the Cemetery Shade is a unique concept. Again, don't mind so much. I don't really have fun fighting any of these guys. Same thing with the Grafted Scion. Not the biggest deal, but a cool concept. It's like, okay, cool. Maybe could have been done better somehow. Omen Killer and Grave Warden Duelist, I think I have a little bit more fun fighting. They're easier to deal with, and they're more satisfying as well. Lion Guardian, never had a problem with him. Elemer of Briar, I think he had the corkscrew attack. So this guy is, I'm actually unsure of. I don't know exactly where to place him because I've only fought him once and I got him in 2 tries. So I'm not very familiar with the fight. Tibia Mariner, I'm giving the fan favorite scoring. All in all, he's a boat that summons things. So if he wasn't as cool as he is looking and wasn't as easy, he would probably be... Like, if this fight was actually, like, it actually took a long time, he would probably go down to vomit in my own mouth. Fia's Champion. You know, I gotta put her into really good. I'm just kidding. Again, the only reason she's here is Fia. Otherwise, it would be Would Rather Not. Cool but obnoxious. Wormface, Bellbearing Hunter, Blackblade Kindred, Crucible Knight, and Rune Bear, I think are all very self-explanatory. Crucible Knight... only because he's boring. Royal Revenant, I like this thing a lot, but they're really annoying to fight. Same thing with Ancient Hero of Zamor. I like this thing a lot, but they're annoying to fight. And then the bosses, Ancestor Spirit and Regal Ancestor Spirit. They just kind of run away from you. Astel is a really cool concept. He's just really awkward to fight melee. And then Sir Gideon, I really like the concept of Sir Gideon. If only the fight was not him just spamming magic at you. Yeah. Onyx Lord and Alabaster Lord. These are regular enemies, but I think they're kind of cool because of the gravity magic and the difference in weapons. So I'll give them a good score. They also have a pretty unique moveset. They're not super predictable. Patches for Patches in the quest. The fact that you can fight him and he surrenders and you can either spare him or not. And it opens up a quest if you do. I think that's cool. He'll also sell you stuff. Atom Thief for Fire. I'll be honest, I just like this guy because he's super chunky. He's like a tiny Smo. I don't know why I like this guy. But yeah, he's like a tiny Smo. Realistically, he's probably somewhere here. But he's a very unique enemy. So kind of cool. Knights Cavalry, it's fun to find them around the map and fight them. They're not bad. They're not great, but I like having them in the game. You know what they don't have on the list? On this list, they don't have Deathbirds. They don't have a few things on this list, actually. Magma Worm. 2 phases. Don't mind phase 1. Phase 2 is pretty cool, except for that 1 attack. Putrid Tree Spirit. Once you figure out how to fight these, they're not bad at all. They're a little bit annoying in tiny rooms. Clean Rot Knight. I like them. I like the presence of them right before Millennia. And I think they're very well designed. I don't think they're bosses, though. Borealis. So the dragons. I feel like they're missing dragons. Because I felt like there's a dragon that definitely had a glintstone sword. So they're definitely missing dragons. But dragons all in all are pretty cool. I like the leech dragons better. Or the Sax dragons. They're also missing that dragon on Atlas Plateau. The really cool one. The one that does the dragon, gets the lightning from the sky and does a sword swipe with it. I thought that dragon was incredibly cool. Ancient Dragon something. But he's up there too. Lanisax, yeah, Lanisax. He was cool. I don't really know why they missed him though. Anyway, Royal Knight Loretta and Loretta Knight of the Halleck Tree. Good boss, except they run away from you. Same thing with Fire Giant. good boss, except he runs away from you. Black Knife Assassins, like the concept, don't mind fighting them. It can be fun fighting them. It can just take a while. They are fairly aggressive is this thing. They don't have too many punish windows. If they had more punish windows, they might be higher. But since they don't roll away from you like these guys, they're a little bit higher. Godskin Noble. Great design. Really cool design. I like him a lot. I haven't fought him too many times, but he's a chunker. Commander Nail. Really cool fight. Really cool moveset. If it wasn't for the ads in that fight, he would rank a little bit higher. Probably higher than Mimic Tier. But judging the fight on its own merits, I think he's a good fight. He'd be really good if he didn't have the ads, I think. Mimic Tier, the concept that you can just make this whatever you want in terms of equipment and moveset, I think is enough for me to say, yeah, it's a really good fight, even though it could be anything. Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. I like this fight. First phase brings it down. So without the first phase, I think she would be somewhere around here. This area. But because the first phase is what it is, she's dragged down. I'm not sure. I might actually like her better than the Falling Star Beasts. I'll put her above the Falling Star Beasts. I like the Falling Star Beasts, though. They have a good moveset. It gets progressively harder and harder as they grow. Of course, they keep you on their toes. I think overall they're a good boss. They're a good like enemy to have, like the Erdtree Sentinels, where they're just spread around the map. Lich Dragon Fortisax, of course, part of Fia's quest, so bonus points. Secondly, I like the lightning mechanic where you attack, and I think when you touch him, you get like a little lightning thing on you, and then it goes off after a second or two. I like these bosses, and these dragons are better than the other dragons for sure. Erdtree Avatar. I like fighting them. You know, I think I might actually put this below the Leech Dragon. I like fighting them. I like the variations. I like the motivation to get them with the Wondrous Flasks. I like the moveset that they give you. They give you the weapons that they give you, everything. These are all very, very good. I'm trying to think of improvements that could be made with these guys, and I don't really see them. I don't mind fighting them. They remind me a lot of Asylum Demon, and I think they have some of the movesets of Asylum Demon as well. So, good boss. I think, yeah. Kind of wish they bled, but whatever. Tree Sentinel. Actually, one of the best bosses for sure. If he wasn't a starter boss, I think he would just be really, really great. But the fact that there's like a lot of stutter. Well, I shouldn't factor that in. I was going to factor in stutter, but I think he's really cool. I think he's really well done. I think he's fun to fight. I almost want to rank him higher, but I can't because the other bosses are just cooler. Like I like Rickard better than Tree Sentinel. Same thing with Godskin Apostle. I might like Tree Sentinel better than Godskin Apostle. I'm not sure. I'd really like Godskin Apostle because of the OST, and he's an actual boss. I think the one downside of him is he can be you have to bait out many attacks to get a proper punish window on him sometimes. So it's tough. Rickard, Lord of Blasphemy. Very cool lore character. The most... I don't know if... I would probably... Yeah, he's the most unique fight in the game. If it weren't for the undodgeable attacks, he would rank higher. And his voice actor did a really good job. Together. Where would you put Draconic's Tree Sentinel if it were here? I would put him under Tree Sentinel, actually. Maybe even under Renala. I'd probably put him under Renala. I think he's cool. I don't think he's as good as Tree Sentinel. Not even close, though. Elden Beast. Elden Beast is a great final boss. With a few tweaks, he would be up here somewhere. But because of Elden Stars and a few other things that are a little bit awkward, I think he's lower. If it weren't for Elden Stars, he would be in Godlike. I think he's a great final boss. Really, really, really good. Dragon Lord Placidusax. So I like this boss a lot. I don't like the run up to him. That sucks, but I'm not factoring that in. If I knew more about him, or there's some dialogue with him, or he wasn't so chunky, because he's a very chunky boss, he would rank higher. He needs to be more agile. I think if I had to choose between Mitter and him, I choose Mitter. But I don't know. I also hate Crumbling Farum Azul. Godric the Grafted, great first shard bearer. Really cool cutscene, really cool voice acting. The moveset is fairly well done. He's very unique in how he does things. He's the first boss where you are like, okay, I can jump certain attacks. His first phase and his second phase change timing. And yeah, he just feels very fleshed out. Like the boss fight itself, the character carries the boss fight more than the boss fight itself. The boss fight itself is fairly simple. I think Placidusax, Elden Beast, and Rickard, Godskin Apostle, maybe Godskin Apostle have better boss fights, maybe. But the character really carries that boss fight, so I like fighting him. Godfrey the First Elden Lord. Okay, this one... Godfrey, I know he's a lot of people's favorites, but he ranks lower for me because of the first phase. First phase is very tedious. And in the second phase, there's the roar that just, you can't dodge through it. So you have to just outspace it, and he can do it at any time, which makes it impossible to fight him up close, unless you just want to get hit by the roar. The shockwave attacks I find to be really cool, but he doesn't place higher than that, mainly because of those two things I said. Star Scores Radon, great fight. First part of the fight is a little bit obnoxious, running to him all the time. And then the fight itself is super epic. The character himself is really cool. It's very well done. The lore behind him is really cool. He seems like a very good, he seems like a good guy. Very, I don't know. I don't want to describe him as benevolent, but can't think of any other word. Radagon of the Golden Order. This guy is tough because he's a really good fight. I just feel like he needs some tweaking. A few hitboxes and certain quick attacks are very difficult to deal with. However, the fight itself, the phase transitions, the transition between the second and the third phase and the first and the second phase are very good. The moveset he has in terms of variability and, for example, when he jumps up in there and throws lightning versus when he jumps up in there and spews like little magic bullets at you. Very subtle, but very rewarding once you get them. I just think some of the quick attacks are a little bit too much. Margit the Fell Omen. This is, again, one of the starter bosses, but he's very well designed. He's super good, super satisfying. Phase 1 and 2 are very different. The downsides to Margit are the arena. You easily fall off a cliff, and that he jumps away. He likes to jump away. I wish he didn't like to jump away. Almost there. Moog, Lord of Blood. Same concept with Godric. The character really carries the fight, except the fight is really good as well. The two things I would change are that you can't dodge through the transition, and also he has one attack where you just have to not be close to him. That's something I don't like. Morgoth the Omen King, I like this fight enough to no-hit it with a +0 weapon. And he's great. I really like Morgoth. I think he's cool in terms of character and lore as well. He seems like a good guy. I think in the lore it's even said that he only has love for the Elden tree, or is it the Elden tree? The tree, whatever it is, even though it doesn't love him back. The Erd tree, there we go. He's cool. I like his moveset. I like the stab attacks and all of that stuff. He's very unique in how he works. Malekith the Black Blade. So this guy is cool. He's a little bit clunky, but this guy is cool because of his aesthetics and how he flies around the room and how you can feel the attacks and how you can parry things. That's why he's ranked so highly. I think he's my favorite boss. He could be improved though. Like if he was more agile on the ground and not so clunky. And if his first phase was just him instead of the Beastman, the Beast Clergyman, that would be, I think he would be the best boss in the game. And then Melania, Blade of Mikola, hardest boss in the game, I think, and also the best in terms of how rewarding it is and how enjoyable it is and how you can consistently dodge everything. You just need to practice it. You need to know how she works, how she moves, what she can follow up with, what she can't. And if you know those things, the fight becomes much, 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 much more manageable, much more satisfying and rewarding as well. But yeah, that is my first tier list. There are some bosses missing, of course, but what are you gonna do, tier maker? I hope you enjoyed it, and I guess if this is on YouTube, you can comment below on your favorite bosses, least favorite bosses, if you disagree, if you agree, whatever. Or you can just type Chubdagu. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. How do I get out of full screen? There we go. Okay. So that's the end of the YouTube tutorial, YouTube thing. What did you guys think? How was that? Was that everything you wanted and hoped?